Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your weekly advice readings for the week starting November 7th, 2016. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you for being patient. I know these are a little late and I apologize for that. And of course, as always, please remember that these are general readings, so they're not going to apply to everybody watching or not in the same way. You can watch your Moon and Rising sign readings for additional messages. Or if you're interested, you can get a private reading specific to you, and the link to my website is always in the description box below. So let's just jump in and see what we have, Pisces. So your main focus or your current situation, we do have the Nine of Swords. With the Nine of Swords, I feel like for some of you, you're being overwhelmed by work, responsibilities, other people's expectations, other people's demands, responsibilities or pressures that are being placed on you at this time. Information overload is also what I hear for some of you. I feel like too much information is coming to you at one time and you don't know what to do with it, or you don't have the time to process through it. And it could be one of those times where you sit up at night and you're studying for something, okay, and it's just too much at the same time, too much at once. And I feel like you know that feeling where you study for something, you have an exam the next day and you study the night before and you're thinking there's no way I'm going to remember this. I feel something like that coming up for some of you. The Nine of Swords is also a card that says some of you may be experiencing trouble sleeping, migraines for some of you, nightmares, so you're sleeping but you're not getting rest. And for instance, I do feel like this could be exhaustion, mental exhaustion though. I feel like you've been working too much or reading, researching too much at this time with the Nine of Swords. So for some of you, that is what is coming up. For others, I feel like, this is feeling conflicted. This is feeling like, I need a break, but I don't have the time for it, and I don't know about you, but, it could be, it makes sense for me. I have been working really hard. I have been experiencing trouble sleeping as a result, and I have been dealing with migraine, so I don't know about you. Hopefully it's not so bad, because the Nine of Swords is an energy that says, things are not as bad as they look, or they're not as bad as they seem, or they're more simple than what they look like, okay? And because we are overwhelmed by a situation, we can't really get a firm grasp on it, okay? We get overwhelmed and then intimidated and then start to worry about it. But the Nine of Swords says if we just take a deep breath and calm down a little bit and then look at the situation for what it is, we're going to find that actually we're doing okay, or actually things are not so complicated, things are not so difficult. In your main opportunity, we do have the Two of Rods. The Two of Rods as the main opportunity this week. It does talk about the opportunity to partner up with someone, the opportunity to start a new job, the opportunity to start two jobs or take on another job, the opportunity to be able to continue to do what we do but start some sort of side business at the same time, something that we'd love to do, something that we're passionate about. The Two of Rods is also the opportunity for partnerships. So if for some of you, the Nine of Swords talks about feeling lonely and feeling like you're never going to meet anyone, the Two of Rods in your main opportunity says there's someone there, okay? There's someone there. You may already know this person, you may work with this person, or they may be in your circle of friends or acquaintances. This person could be a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Or it could be that it's just showing up as the Two of Rods to let you know that you could already know this person and they're different than what you would usually go for some of you is what is coming up, okay? And so this says you may feel like you're never going to meet anyone, but actually you have options staring you in the face and you're not seeing them, so open your eyes to that, okay? For others, if you've been looking for a job and you're starting to lose hope and you're starting to just feel like, I'm just going to quit, I'm just going to give up, the Two of Rods says there's something there. There's a partnership coming, okay, in terms of partnering up with another company, so a job offer coming your way. The Two of Rods may involve traveling for this new opportunity, so perhaps that's why you haven't been considering these options coming in, because they are attached to travel or relocation. But it would definitely be a solid opportunity for you to look at. And again, the situation is not as difficult or as complicated as it may initially seem. The Two of Rods, I feel, is also The opportunity to meet a new friend or make a new friend this week, okay, is coming up for some of you. And also I feel to receive support with a creative project that you have. And also I feel like you have the opportunity to start a new path this week. And the world is your oyster, so you can go wherever you want to with this opportunity. All right, but with the Nine of Swords, you do need to pace yourself and just make sure that you have a clear head when you look at this opportunity, because it's a really solid opportunity, okay? And if we're exhausted or we're not seeing things properly for whatever reason, we're not rested properly or anything, it could be that we have the tendency to just glance over it or dismiss something or not take the time to fully understand something. In the challenge position, we do have the Queen of Cauldrons or the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is our energy, okay, because it's water energy, so Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And the Queen of Cups, I feel, shows up as a challenge in terms of watching our emotions this week, all right? I feel like our emotions may play tricks on us. What usually happens, okay, we are always in touch with our intuition, always. But if we are not rested properly, or if we are overwhelmed by a situation, or if our mind is really kind of playing tricks on us, we still hear our intuition. But the message of the intuition, okay, that our intuition is trying to tell us, gets twisted by our fears or worries or anxieties. And so we come up with a whole different, quite opposite message. So the challenge this week is to clear our head, meditate, make sure that what comes to us from our intuition is actually coming to us from our intuition and not fears and worries and anxieties, okay? So that's going to be a bit of a challenge this week. The Queen of Cups is also, I feel, just finding the time or making the time to rest, to meditate, to pray, to focus on spirituality, to just regroup and heal our energy, to just reflect on things or do self-reflection, soul-searching, that sort of thing. Making time for ourselves is our challenge for the week. Making time to clear our heads, okay, from information overload, to really just relax and being in our own element, okay? Be like a fish in water. So feel comfortable, feel calm, feel peaceful. And we get to that by making time for ourselves. We get that by making time to reflect, making time to meditate, to pray, okay, to focus on our spirituality and our little rituals, and being nurturing and patient with ourselves, okay, is a challenge for us this week. In the advice position, we do have the card of illusion, and that's the Moon card. For some of us, this talks about, don't push yourself too hard. Everything has a cyclical nature. Everything comes and goes. Things need time to come full circle, okay? So this just says, don't push yourself too hard. You're not going to get everything accomplished in one night. The Moon card also says, again, focus on your intuition and clear up what is intuition and what is fear. Clear up what is intuition and what is doubt, fear, anxiety, is also a big message for us this week. The illusion card also says, don't delude yourself. And, this could be for something, in a believing something is there when it's not, but also not seeing something that is there because we are so overwhelmed and we're not seeing things properly. So the card says, face whatever situation you're dealing with, look at things for what they are. Try to put your feet on the ground, okay? As opposed to just being in the world of imagination and having our minds or our emotions play tricks on us, okay? When we're exhausted, everything gets blown out of proportion. Everything gets more difficult than it needs to be, more complicated than it needs to be. So just be mindful of that and make sure that you make time to rest and recuperate this week. And see, with the illusion card, this says, look at things for what they are. Don't run away from things. Don't escape things this week. Don't try to escape things this week because they seem complicated. They're not that complicated, okay? But unless you face the situation and really try to look at it objectively, you're not going to see that they're not that complicated. And in the outcome position, we do have the Five of Rods. With the Five of Rods, I feel like this is healthy competition. It is conflicting energy in terms of inner turmoil, but I feel like it's for the better. I feel like if we do manage to look at things for what they are, the Five of Rods represents lots of different ideas coming to us all at the same time. Lots of different goals coming to us all at the same time. Lots of different plans that we come up with all at the same time. And it's going to be the challenge in terms of, prioritizing or deciding which we start with, which one do we go with. The Five of Rods can also represent healthy competition in terms of and also on-the-job training, I also hear with that, okay? So learning from others in terms of healthy competition, doing brainstorming, absolutely, and on-the-job training. So for some of you, you're absolutely starting a new job or a new phase in your job, and you're going to get some training for it, some additional information coming your way to prepare you for what is coming up next. The Five of Rods is very creative energy, okay? It's the chaos that creates, so it's not the chaos that destroys. It's the chaos that creates. So I feel like you're going to leave the week feeling more energized, more inspired, and confident. Okay, we start with an air card and not the best one at that, and then we end with a fire card. So we get our fire back, we get our energy back, okay? And it does come from rest, reflection, recuperation, and from facing a situation as opposed to trying to run away from it. So overall, it does look like a good week. Some hiccups here and there, but I feel like nothing that's, too complicated or nothing that's too bad. We just need to make sure that we rest and focus on what makes us feel like us. And I feel like it's going to be just a beautiful week. So hopefully this makes sense, and I do hope that it helps. I look forward to your comments, letting me know how this applies to you, if it does, and how your week is going. Thank you very, very much for being here. Thank you for all the support you send my way. I hope everyone has a beautiful week, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care.